welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to talk about something that I think every single author or anybody, any artist, honestly, struggles with at some point, and that is imposter syndrome. That feeling of, I'm not really an author. I'm not good enough. There's no way that there's no way that I am the one who's really doing this. We're going to talk about how to deal with that and how to deal with it in a healthy way. Because at some point, all of us are going to feel that, and there is a good way to deal with it and a not so good way to deal with it. And we're going to tell you our opinion. And again, we're not medical professionals or psychiatrists or anything of the sort. This is just our opinion and how we have dealt with it in the past and how we have come through it and don't deal with it pretty much ever anymore.
Before we jump into talking about imposter syndrome, reminder that our second novel, Spellbound, is coming out on September 13th. You can pre-order it now wherever you love to buy books. It is going to be out everywhere. So go pre-order it. We hope you enjoy it. It's such a good book. Like, we're so excited to share it with you guys. And there are so many of our favorite tropes in it. And we think that they are probably your guys' favorite tropes too. So go pre-order Spellbound now.
And if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and click the notification bell so you never miss a Friday update.
So if you're still a little confused about exactly what imposter syndrome is, think of it a little bit as body dysmorphia, which I think so many of us struggle with. Even when you get to the place of your ideal weight, you still are not seeing yourself as that weight. You're still seeing yourself as you were before, but nobody else is seeing you that way. So it really is an internal struggle for us, and it's not something else that other people are necessarily doing. So these are all steps that help you to take responsibility over it and conquer it. I want to ask you a question. Did you write a book? Awesome, you did. Congratulations, you're an author. It is what it is. There's no other way to explain it. What makes somebody an author? Writing makes them an author. Did you write something? Did you now take that and publish it? Great. You've just gotten one step deeper into being an author. It didn't change. The moment you wrote a book, you authored something. You're done.
Yeah.
And now there's just steps of establishing yourself further and further as an author. But it doesn't change that base core fact that you wrote, you're an author.
In this day and age, being an author is very public. You're on TikTok, you're on Instagram, you're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, wherever you are, people are watching you. And if you come across as uncertain of your book's worth, guess what? Most people are not going to take the risk of reading it, because if you, as the author and the person who wrote it, don't feel that it's worth a shit, why do you think they're going to take their time and their money, especially, to go and buy it or read it? They're probably not going to. When I see an author dogging themselves on a public platform, please stop. Stop. I'm not saying that it's not okay for you to have those like thoughts in your head, because like I said at the beginning of this video, everybody does. You should not air those things publicly.
I see that sometimes, like with the sales thing, like, I'm not selling books. Look, that's not the thing to tell the people that want to buy, like, that you want to buy your books, because if other people aren't buying your books, that's not motivating me to buy your book, because they're all seeing anything. Like, I don't even want to go check it out at this point, because you're already told me that the masses aren't interested. No. Part of the mindset that you need to start having is looking at what were the things that you loved about your book. Like, why did you release it out to the masses to begin with? Mm-hmm. And you need to keep on pumping those things up and not looking at the sales. The sales don't correlate with the reasons that you love your book. And what potential readers need to hear about is not that you have terrible sales. They need to hear about all those reasons you love the story. So quit looking over here. Leave that to your private life and not on your social media, and keep sharing all those things that you love about your book.
When someone gives you a compliment, instead of like well, thanks, but just take the freaking compliment. Like, thank you. When they say, I really enjoyed reading that, say, thank you. Not, thank you, I really thought people were going to hate it.
Oh my God.
Ugh! Stop. To me, that kind of like feels like a connection to the fishing for compliments, because when you do that, you're opening the door again to give me more validation. You don't need validation from other people. What you need at this point, before you care about what anybody else thinks, you have to value yourself and your own worth before you care about what anybody else thinks.
Well, and it's so funny because don't we feel like the more people that compliment us about our story and tell us how much they love it, the more that we're going to feel like an author.
Mm-hmm.
So why, when you're getting that you feel like you really need in order to feel like a true author, are you downplaying it? At what point are you going to move on from downplaying and accept you're a good author?
To be fair, I think at some point too, we have to acknowledge the fact that in my area, like my geographical area anyway, I don't know about everywhere else, but where I grew up, you were taught to be humble and not arrogant, and you really shouldn't act like you're all that. And I think when you're given compliments and told how awesome you are or how awesome something you did was, it is very tempting to say, no, stop. Like, don't, I'm embarrassed. Like, I think we need to acknowledge that some people are brought up in that way of, you need to be very humble, and you don't need to acknowledge how great you are, because that makes you sound like a snob.
And my rebuttal to that is, words craft people. And so there is a way to accept the compliment and still humble yourself.
I understand that.
To turn around and go, thank you so much. It makes me so happy that you enjoyed it.
Yes.
I feel like that there's still a humble nature to that comment. The next thing you can do to battle your imposter syndrome is to make it feel official. And ways we can do this is build a website, go get some business cards, go open a bank account that is for your royalties for your book. Make sure you write on all your social media accounts that you're a writer or you're an author, however you want to say it. Go in and put that out there and do things that start making what you want to do feel like a business, because being a writer is a business, it's a career. And so you want to go do things to really establish that. And I think that really helps to be like, yes, I have an author website. You can go visit me at crystaljjohnson.com or crystalandfelicity.com or felicityvaughn.com. We have all sorts of websites. Trust me, I know, because I upkeep them all. But the websites make you feel really official. It makes you feel official because they start to pull in Google searches, and now there you are. When you Google yourself, it's like, oh, there I am.
It says American author next to my name.
American author. Yeah, that is like exactly what you're going for. So go and do things. When people ask like, oh, you're an author, be like, yeah, I am. If you ever want to check out my stuff, here's a business card. There's nothing wrong with that. Why? Every other job goes and does that exact same thing. You should be able to do that too. Yeah. And think of it as not so much as a self-promotion, but a business promotion.
Mm-hmm. And lastly, befriend other writers. Join Facebook groups, Discord servers, whatever, geared toward authors. Making friends in the writing community at first might be a little bit overwhelming, especially if you're an introvert and you're only talking to new people. It might feel uncomfortable, but it is very important to feeling like you belong, and you need to feel like you belong in this community, because it is very important to have support and to have a circle of writer friends.
So there it is. There are 5 ways that you can combat your internal struggle with imposter syndrome. We hope this helped you. If it did, again, give the video a thumbs up. And as always, write what you love.